World War I, for Germany, it wasn't just the end of a war. It was the beginning of humiliation. In 1918, when the armistice was signed, many Germans believed the army hadn't been defeated on the battlefield. They truly thought Germany had been betrayed from within. But the winners of the war wanted more than Germany's surrender. They wanted Germany broken. So they placed one of the harshest agreements in history on the table, the Treaty of Versailles. That treaty crushed the German economy, reduced its army, took away its lands, and forced the nation to pay massive war reparations. A proud people suddenly became poor, unemployed, and hopeless. The streets were filled with sadness, anger, and humiliation. And in moments like this, people start looking for someone to blame and someone to save them. That's when a new voice began to rise. Adolf Hitler. Hitler had served as a soldier in World War I, and he never accepted the defeat. In his mind, Germany didn't lose the war on the battlefield. It lost because of traitors inside the country. He blamed Jews, communists, liberals, and the Weimar government. But his greatest weapon wasn't a rifle. It was his voice. He spoke to the crowd with powerful, emotional words. They humiliated us. We will rise again. We will take back what is ours. And broken, angry, desperate people listened. As the economy collapsed, the Nazi Party grew. Propaganda, rallies, posters, speeches, and street violence. Everything was used to convince the public that Hitler was the only way out. Then came 1929, the Great Depression. Businesses collapsed, millions lost their jobs, families starved. Life became even darker, and in the darkness, a leader promising hope shines the brightest. By the early 1930s, the Nazis had gained massive support, and on January 30th, 1933, Adolf Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. He finally had power, but for him, power was never enough. He didn't want to lead Germany. He wanted to control it. Just a few weeks later, the Reichstag, Germany's parliament building, burned in a mysterious fire. The Nazi government immediately blamed the communists, but many historians believe the Nazis may have been involved. Because this fire gave Hitler exactly what he wanted, an excuse. Using the fire as justification, the Nazis passed the Reichstag fire decree. Basic rights were suspended. Opposition members were arrested. Newspapers were censored. Fear began to replace freedom. Next came the most critical step, the Enabling Act. With this law, Hitler no longer needed parliament. He could create laws by himself, and that was the moment democracy died in Germany. From that point on, everything changed fast. Political parties were banned. Workers' unions were shut down. Opponents were jailed or killed. Education, media, courts, and the entire government were turned into Nazi tools. Hitler's revenge, his obsession with power, and his extremist ideology became state policy. The idea of a superior Aryan race spread across the country. Jews and many others were stripped of their rights, pushed out of society, and later forced into concentration camps. What started as a promise to make Germany great again turned into the most destructive war in human history, World War II, and one of the darkest crimes ever committed, the Holocaust. So what does this story teach us? A country does not always fall by invasion. Sometimes it falls slowly, from the inside, with fear, with propaganda, with promises of safety, with a leader who says, "Only I can save you." Germany lost its freedom step by step, without even realizing it. A nation in pain trusted the wrong man, and the world paid the price. This is how the Nazi regime began: a defeat, an anger, a desire for revenge, a powerful propaganda machine, and a leader who knew how to control people's emotions. History matters, because even today, there are leaders who use the same methods, and history only repeats itself when people forget it.